So they say art imitates life. Since writing is considered an art form, then we can expect literature to reflect our lives. And conflict is a part of our daily life. Think about it. Can you go through an entire day without any conflict? I sure can't. It begins when my clock goes off at 6:45 in the morning. Ugh! I am not a morning person. I start the day fighting with myself, trying to decide whether to get out of bed or to sleep late. Once I do finally get out of bed, then I encounter conflict throughout the day from many different sources. In today's lesson, we are going to learn about conflict in literature. At the end of the lesson, you will be able to identify the different types of conflict found in short stories, novels, and even movies. As a bonus, you will be able to recognize the types of conflict found in your own life. Why is conflict important? Well, without it, there is no plot. The plot of the story revolves around the conflict. No conflict equals no plot equals no story. You get 0. We are going to look at 4 types of conflict found in literature and in life. The first type is man versus man. In Man versus Man, a character struggles with another character. The protagonist versus the antagonist. The good guy versus the bad guy. SpongeBob versus Squidward. Batman versus Joker.
Okay. Prepare yourself, protagonist. Oh, you barely touched me. I'm fine. You missed. Here's one for you, antagonist. Ha! You hit like little girl. Oh, where'd all these stars come from?
The second type of conflict is man versus nature. Here, the protagonist struggles with the forces of nature. The struggle is usually a struggle for survival. The third type of conflict we're going to discuss today is man versus society. Our protagonist fights against society around him. The final type of conflict is man versus self. The protagonist's fight is in his own mind. It can be a struggle over a choice that must be made, like mine. Do I get out of bed or do I sleep late? Or it could be fighting with his own emotions. Have you ever believed you weren't good enough? Well, that's man versus self.
To be or not to be, that is the question. What am I going to do? Should I have a peanut butter and a nanner sandwich in the kitchen? Or should I have a peanut butter and nanner sandwich in the bathroom? Man, I hate this internal conflict. Me against myself.
Wow, you really can't have a plot without conflict. Conflict is in our daily lives. There is no running away from it. If you did, that would be conflict in itself. Man versus self. You had to make the choice to run away, didn't you? In review, the 4 types of conflict we learned today are man versus man versus nature, man versus society, and man versus self. So go out there and live life. Take on the conflict just like the protagonist in a plot of a great story.